Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Hope you are doing well. Uh, also praying and hoping that you are all healthy and safe. So as we all know that we have done the text of first year at Harrow, and today we are going to the exercise, the question answers that I have prepared for you. The purpose of these notes are to assist you in your examination. The basic role of notes is actually a quick preparation for the examination, but it is recommended that you should prepare your own notes with and keep in mind that your notes are correct both grammatically as well as contextually. So the SLOs for this particular presentation is, first we are going to discuss the theme. Any chapter, any textbook, any lesson could have various themes. I have tried to inculcate both themes in a single paragraph. Usually the theme question should be short one, should come in this section in which all the remaining questions come, that I would brief you later, that what is the word limit, how these questions are prepared, and what are the expectations. So apart from that, we are going to apply the understanding, we are going to apply the knowledge in attempting our question papers, both in external as well as internal examinations. So first year at Harrow, we did the text. It was written by Sir Winston Spencer Churchill. We are going to do the question answer session. I would like someone or many of you to say something about Winston Churchill in the comment section. As an author, what are your observations? As a student, what are your observations? What do you think? How strong was he in his argument? That is his lesson. And I want you all just give me a general sense of what you understood about the author. So attempting the questions. Usually, Federal Board in its pattern ask you to write the answers to the questions that are related to the textbook lesson, that is from section B. Question number 2. The word limit for these questions are 30 to 40 words. Now you have to keep the limit in mind. I seriously pointed out this error into the previous classes as well. I'm also pointing it to you. You have to keep within the limits. All right. Now, some of you may say, sir, we can write lengthy answers. What is the headache? What is the problem with writing lengthy answers? So, better the problems are two. One, wastage of time. If they have given you a leverage in time, you should take it. Number two, when you exceed the word limit, they can give you negative marks if they find it out. Number three, problem with English language is when you are attempting the questions, there is a tentative chance of negative marking. For example, you are writing answer to any of the question, you write the complete answer, but if there are grammatical spellings, tense or punctuation mistakes, you will receive no marks for your hard work. So the chances are that if you write a lengthy answer, there are chances that you will get more errors or more mistakes, and there is a more likelihood of losing marks. So try to write an answer which is within the word limits. Secondly, content. We provide you notes. There are key books and everything which are available to each and every student around Pakistan. Now, for average students or dull students, these notes are good because they are good for their preparation. But for students who want to achieve position or who want to achieve better marks or grades, they should write answers in their own words. That is better. Yes, they should follow certain rules. That is the word limit plus the key vocabulary. Key vocabulary is that you have to utilize 3 to 4 words from your textbook in your answers. Now, what other mistakes students commit, or what are the other error areas, is quotation. Usually, when you use a quotation, generally students tend to do it. They make lots of mistakes. So, quotation should not be incorrect. If there is a mistake in a quotation, then it is considered incorrect and you do not get any marks for it. So, try to avoid quoting the text. You can use it. You can use key vocabulary, that is 1 or 2, 3, or 1 to 4 words. 1 to 4 words in your answers. Make it 4. Make it 4. Then marks. Federal board gives you 4 marks for each of these questions. That is the 30 to 40 words limit. So 4 marks. I think you should not waste too much time in writing lengthy answers using quotations. Just stay focused, stay to the point. If you give to the point answers, you will get the marks that are necessary. Usually students come to me, sir, I have written the complete answer, I couldn't get any marks. It is because if you must have made lots of mistakes that the examiners didn't like, and you are not given the marks that you thought you would get. So try to follow these directions so they may help you out in future. Now, theme. This is the theme that I have written. Churchill shares his experience at Harrow and is critical of the examination system as well as the major subjects. His love for the English language is a dominant theme of the essay. He maintains that Greek and Latin should have a secondary role as opposed to English. He claims this on the basis of the need of English in professional career or future life, whatever you want to write here. So this is what the theme is. Theme is basically twofold. He's criticizing the examination system, plus he's also showing his love and respect for the national language, that is the English language. How old was Churchill when he entered the inhospitable regions of examination? Churchill was hardly 12 years old when he entered the inhospitable regions of examinations. He considered examinations a great trial. He was destined to pass through the region for the next 7 years of his life. Which subjects were dearest to Churchill and which ones were fancied by the examiners? The subjects dearest to Churchill were history, poetry, and writing essays, and he would have liked to be examined in these subjects. The examiners, on the other hand, were partial to Latin and mathematics, and their will prevailed. How did he do his Latin paper? He wrote his name at the top of the page, then he wrote down the number of the question. After much reflection, he put a bracket around it. Thus, incidentally, there arrived from nowhere, in particular, a blot and few smudges. A blot and few smudges. I have written a blot and few smudges in inverted commas. I can do it without inverted commas as well, as it is not a full quotation. So if you do not use inverted commas, it's also good. Yes, blot and few smudges would be key vocabulary as far as the content is concerned. In what way did Mr. Weldon take a broad-minded view of Churchill's Latin? Churchill was unable to answer even a single question in his Latin paper, as we discussed previously in the previous question. He just wrote his name at the top of the paper, and after that he could not write a single word. Despite this, Mr. Weldon admitted him in Harrow. How are the names printed in the school's list, and at which position did Churchill's name appear? The names were printed in alphabetical order, and as Churchill's correct name, Spencer Churchill, began with an S, it was in fact only two from the bottom of the whole school. The two names, however, the two names disappeared almost immediately through illness or some other cause. What was Mr. Somerville's system of teaching English? Or what do you know about method of teaching of Mr. Somerville? You can also say, who was Mr. Somerville? These are three questions. Mr. Somerville had a unique method of teaching. He used to take a fairly long sentence and broke it into its components by means of black, red, blue, and green inks. Each had its color and its bracket. It was kind of a drill which they did almost daily. Which they did almost daily. Churchill says that the examiner asked questions which he could not answer, or the writer says that the examiner asked questions which students cannot answer and not those which they can answer. Is the complaint just? The complaint is not just, as the examiners have to set one question paper for all the students according to the syllabus. They study only selected things. By they I mean the students. You can make it the students study only selected things and want to be examined from the chapters they have prepared. The examiners judge the ability of students in general. The examiners, on the other hand, judge the ability of the students in general. Why does the author consider his situation at Harrow as unpretentious? Churchill considered his situation at Harrow as unpretentious because he was placed in the third or lowest division of the fourth or bottom because of his performance in the entrance examination. It was too low to allow him a better position. Why weren't Churchill and other such students allowed to learn Latin and Greek, or Churchill was taught English at Harrow and not Latin and Greek? Was it a gain or a loss? The cleverest boys were taught Latin and Greek subjects. Churchill could learn only English, but it proved a great gain for him. English got into his bones and he won Nobel Prize for Literature. He gained much from English and was able to earn his livelihood easily. Why didn't why didn't Churchill feel himself at any disadvantage as compared to those who learnt Latin and Greek? Or in after years, how did the knowledge of English stood him in good stead? Churchill learnt English parsing and English analysis thoroughly. In later years, he earned a great benefit out of his knowledge of English. His class fellows learnt Latin and Greek, but they had to come down to common English to earn their living or make their way. Churchill says that he would whip those students hard who do not learn English well. What do you think? Or why does Churchill emphasize on learning English as a must, Latin as an honor, and Greek as a treat? Greek and Latin being the classical and foreign languages and had less scope in practical life. He emphasizes on learning English practically, only it helped students build up their future. He opted for his national language and it earned him a great name and fame. Additional questions. Who is the writer of first year at Harrow? Now student, I have this, you can use this question as a test case. Sometimes you will get questions in Federal Board which on the surface would have a single line answer. For example, look at this question. Who is the writer of First Year at Harrow? The obvious answer is Sir Winston Churchill is the author of the essay First Year at Harrow. Answer is complete. But we have to keep the word limit in mind for the 4 marks. So what we are going to do, we have to provide some additional information. So Churchill was a writer of eminence and had won a Nobel Prize for Literature in 1953. In this essay, he shares his experience and observations as a student at Harrow. His love for the English language is one of the themes that he shares in the text. Now, the answer I have provided is exceeding the word limit. So you can reduce it by removing a sentence or certain phrases, whatever you like. But my point of view here is that you will get certain questions which would have just a single line answer as an obvious fact. So what you are going to do, you are going to give some additional information. Alright, like in some questions, you will be asked something general about the text. So what you can do, you can mention the author and the name of the chapter as well. You can write something from the theme as well, and then give the answer. Alright, so this is how you attempt such questions which have a single line answer, but yes, the need is that you have to provide 30 to 40 words at least. So for additional information, you may add something. And in normal scenarios, in normal text questions, what you can do, you can provide the name of the author as well as something from the theme or the context of the question. So theme is usually the context as well. You can say something about the theme and then provide the answer that has been asked in the question. What is Churchill's advice regarding learning English? His advice is that all students, all English boys should learn English first. They should get its structure into their bones. Later on, clever ones may learn Latin as an honor and Greek as a treat. This answer could also be provided in this question as well. Churchill says that he would whip those students hard who do not learn English well. What do you think? Or why does Churchill emphasize on learning English as a must, Latin as an honor, and Greek as a treat? So these two questions are similar in nature. Who was Mr. Weldon? Well, answer is simple. Mr. Weldon was the headmaster of Harrow. He was an intelligent man. He judged the hidden qualities in Churchill and granted him admission. Churchill had great regards for him. Churchill had great regard for him. Okay, students, I have these question and answers with me. I have noted them down in a PowerPoint file. If you need the answers, the handouts, I will provide them to you. But what I want you to do is to find out any errors or mistakes or any spelling mistakes or contextual mistakes or punctuation mistakes, and point it out to me in the comment section with question number and answer. and I would correct them accordingly and then provide you the handouts. So if you find any mistakes, I hope you will perform your duty and you will correct them as well. They may be of spelling, they may be of punctuation, they may be of a certain conjunction. Whatever you find, you can tell me. I will remove the errors and then provide the handouts to you. Thank you very much. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have anything to add, if you think that there should be another question which need to be answered, yes, do inform me, do tell me, so that I may be able to give a proper answer or provide the proper guidance to you regarding the preparation.